location there on the map,
Okay.
just south of Maplesville.
They are here, and again, they're waiting on the storm that's coming up from the southwest. This storm they will not be intercepting. This is a tornado that is down, and this is down in southern Chilton County. And again, this will be passing north of Enterprise. And again, please understand there is an Enterprise in Chilton County. A lot of people have said, hey, you got it wrong. I have been to both Enterprises, and I love them both. Enterprise is a small community in Chilton County, Enterprise in Coffee County. That's way down in South Alabama. We've got two Enterprises, Alabamas. And one of them is in Chilton County. But again, that possible tornado is coming up toward Clanton. So I want to get the Clanton Skycam. If we can take a look at that. Let's take the Clanton Skycam full screen. Again, it's going to be a lot of rain out there right now. We can't see much. All right, so let's go back to our triple box. Taylor's going to keep an eye on the Clanton Skycam. This thing's going to be coming right up toward Clanton. That Skycam is in downtown Clanton, right in the heart of downtown. We got a possible tornado right here coming right up toward Clanton. But again, everybody here should be sheltered. No doubt about that for both of these. Circulation number one is this one coming through Clanton. And again, we'll put some of the approximate arrival times. We got this thing coming through Clanton at 5:34 right now. It's 5:25. You don't have a lot of time. It might be sooner than that. And then the second tornado is going to be coming up to the north and west of Clanton, and that's going to be the one that might affect our friends Evan and Brian, our two meteorologists in the field. They're over here in Maplesville. In fact, I saw where they were. They were on top of the Alabama 22 bridge that goes over U.S. Highway 82. And again, that circulation is coming up about in their direction. So we'll be watching all of these feeds carefully. So that's Chilton County. Let's go back to Blount. We've got multiple tornadic circulations, and we were afraid we'd have this today. We're going to go back to our Blount County circulation, and again, you can see we got a tornado warning in effect, and there's your possible circulation right down here. This will include a fairly decent part of Blount County, mainly the southern two-thirds of Blount County. This is Alabama Highway 75 right here. That's coming up toward Aniana. And again, that possible tornadic circulation is right here. This is Locust Fork. That's Alabama Highway 79. 75 is here. 79 is here. The possible tornadic circulation near Dallas-Selfville that's going to be moving up in the general direction of Aniana. And again, these are approximate arrival times on your screen. So if you see your community and the arrival time, be aware, it might come in a few minutes before this, but it's just to give you a guideline. And if you're in this polygon, you need to be in a safe place. That is a small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. Have a helmet, hard-soled shoes, portable air horn. Hope, pray nothing happens, but you got to be prepared for this. Every storm today we have to take seriously. So again, this is a tornado warning in effect now for Blount County. And again, this is the storm that came out of northern Jefferson. This did produce some damage. You saw the cameras from both John Brown and John Olshoe.
Let's take the Clanton Skycam if we can. I think I might have.
Let's go to Clanton full screen, if we can.
I think I might have visual.
Clanton full screen. Okay, great.
Take that Clanton camera.
Yeah, thank you. You're full screen now. All right.
Let's take that there.
So this could be the tornado that is coming up on Clanton from the south and west.
We have reports of homes damaged in Chilton County.
Yeah, there's no doubt debris is being lofted. This is an extremely dangerous storm, and again, this is a thunderstorm that is.
I saw like a power flash or something.
I was looking at some
area.
spotter reports over here, but yeah, no doubt this could be a tornado that you're looking at, possibly. I don't know that for sure, but this is the area that we're going to be watching for, and you're going to watch this camera very carefully. This is the view coming from downtown Clanton. Pull that back a little bit, Taylor. I can kind of see what's. If you can zoom out a little more, yeah, that's exactly the right spot. That's what we're looking for. So again, we're going to watch the cloud bases very carefully. This is one of two tornadic circulations coming up through Chilton County. We have this one approaching Clanton. We have the other one that will be coming up through Maplesville, Isabella, maybe approaching Thorsby. So we have two side-by-side tornado warning polygons. But this one tornado warning that includes Clanton, this pretty good circulation that will be coming up right on downtown Clanton here. So we're going to watch these cloud bases really carefully, and we might have a chance to see this one on this particular Skycam. It is 5:29. If you're just joining us, we apologize. We typically be in World News Tonight. But yeah, we do have a report of multiple houses damaged with this storm in Chilton County. And again, this cycling supercell is headed right toward downtown Clanton, And again, this is a situation where if you're in Clanton, if you have a Clanton mailing address, you got to be sheltered right now. Tornado precautions now. No mobile homes, no cars. And we'll kind of watch this all together. And this is going to be coming right up into town. And keep in mind as you watch this, at the same time, we've got a tornado warning in effect for southern Blount County. If you're in Aniana, if you're in Allgood, if you're in Locust Fork, if you're in Rimlap, you've got to be sheltered. Again, we're focusing on this one. We have a camera on it, but this is not to, we don't want to lose attention on the other one up to the north. So Blount County, again, Aniana, Locust Fork, Rimlap, Allgood. You need to be sheltered as a tornadic storm is moving through Blount County, but this is one that's coming right up toward downtown Clanton, right up through the heart of this. And this is a cyclic supercell, and this has damaged multiple homes in Chilton County, according to local fire officials there. And so this is one that you got to take seriously. We don't see a tornado right now. We don't see it, but one could drop at any moment from this thing. And in addition to this one, there's another one coming up that will affect areas north and west of Clanton. The one coming up from the southwest will affect places like Maplesville, Isabella, and Thorsby. So again, we've got these two side-by-side thunderstorms that we're tracking with tornadoes in Chilton County. And we've got a really, really, really good view. For once we're not rain-wrapped in here, we've got a pretty clear shot back to the south and west. Down below, you can see downtown Clanton. This is on a tower right by the city complex there, their communications tower. In fact, that's the tower you see right there, one of the tower legs. And it's right by First Baptist Church in downtown Clanton. So we're going to stay with this for a couple of minutes. And again, we're going to go right back to radar in just a second. But I would not be shocked if we were to see some type of lowering or maybe even a tornado, a funnel cloud drop out of this thing pretty quickly. And again, as soon as we get past this, we do have some more images coming in from Old Shoe.
Keeps going in and out of focus here. Let me see if I can focus it.
That's okay. We're good. We can see it. Thankfully, it's the daytime. And you know, one good thing about it, Tater, we're on daylight saving time. So we've got the extra hour of daylight now. We'll have daylight until about probably 7:15, 7:30. We'll start to lose the daylight after that. You know, it is so hard working these things at night. It's just so hard. But again, we're watching a severe storm with a possible tornado coming up on downtown Clanton right now. We're all watching this together. You can see the dew point 67, temp 67, very ripe, unstable air mass, very dynamic storm system. And again,
this is moving right over downtown Clanton right now.
Right. We're going to stay with this for just a second as we watch this come right over the city. The rotation on radar does not look as impressive as it did maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago. And the best possible case is that it's cycling down here as it passes right over this population center in Chilton County. But again, we're just going to watch this for a few more minutes and be sure that nothing drops out of this thing. But still, you've got to stay sheltered, okay? These have been. You can
see that rotation there within the clouds.
Oh, the storm itself is spinning like a top. There's a mesocyclone, and the circulation is broad, not a tornadic circulation at this point, but the entire storm is rotating. And we're watching for any evidence of a wall cloud or a tornado, and right now we don't have that, and that's a really good thing. Looking at John Brown and John Oldshoe's report, by the way, while we're watching this, they both think that the EF1 tornado, they would rate it an EF1, came through northern Jefferson. We're going to go to them as soon as we get a second to do that. They're looking at some of the damage up there north of Birmingham earlier, and that's the storm that is in Blount County right now. So again, if you're in Blount County, just be aware if you're in Aniana, Locust Fork, Rimlap, Hayden, Nectar, Cleveland, Easley, you're in the tornado warning polygon. You are in the polygon, and you are to stay sheltered until we give you an all clear. And again, we're watching the base of this severe storm. Very turbulent base under the updraft. And again, it's almost like watching one of these car chases in Los Angeles. You know, you don't know what's going to happen when the thing comes around the bend here, but we hope that nothing drops out of this thing. But we've got rotation coming right through Clanton right now. And we've got a camera in downtown Clanton right on this storm. We're going to stay with it for a few more minutes. All right. And, yeah, goodness gracious. Evan, what you got down there? Let's go back to Evan Chickvera.
All right, we got a big wall cloud. This whole thing is rotating, and it's coming right for us. You can see it straight ahead where the cloud's kind of jutting out. We are directly above where the center circulation of this is in Maplesville. Again, we are at pretty much the same spot. We went a little bit further to the east so we could get a clear shot, but this is the wall cloud now coming right over, and the lightning's picked up. We've had, it seems like a little bit of hail mixed in this rainfall. And now the eerie silence as the rain has just absolutely quit on us here. Boy, this has been a very interesting last several minutes. We were initially closer to downtown, and we saw a lowering in the clouds. We saw what looked like a break in the cloud cover as well, so we drove a little bit to the east, and now this is kind of what we're staring down. You can see the change in color there with the clouds, and certainly that lowering as this slowly comes across, and we may have to get to a different place because it appears we have gotten almost in a little too good of a position here. But again, this is near the Maplesville area. We tried to actually flag down, or Brian tried to flag down either a deputy sheriff or a local police officer because we saw this on radar coming, and it looked as if it was intensifying. He did not stop, but we are currently sitting at a very eerie silence here. Just outside of the downtown Maplesville area. So I've been watching this on radar. It has a very profound and rear hook, and it's very clear to the south. If you are in the Maplesville area or southern Chilton County, this moving off to the northeast. But boy, this is quite a sight to see here. And looking at my map, we appear to be about 4 miles from the actual hook itself. So we're about 4 miles northeast of where the actual hook is showing up here on radar. So I would anticipate as this wall cloud passes us here, maybe a bit of an increase in rainfall, maybe some hail as well. Again, definitely the most ominous sight we have seen.
Strong updraft going on the eastern side of the wall cloud.
Okay, yeah, we're feeling and seeing a updraft. I don't know if you can see from your screen, but some of these clouds here are I don't know if Brian's going to try to reposition it just a little bit.
Okay.
But some of the clouds you can actually
let's
see
go
the
to a
air
triple
being
box real
pulled up
quick.
into.
I want to triple box everything because we've got, and I want to get Evans and Brian shot in one of the boxes and the sky cam in the other one. And
see the clouds going up right above the treetops.
all right, so again, we've got two distinct circulations in Chilton County, one that's over Clanton. And Taylor, have you seen anything on the sky cam? No evidence of a tornado so far. Okay, so again, we're looking right in downtown Clanton in the lower box. In the top box, that's Evan and Brian. They're in Maplesville. That's for the second one. We've got both of these tornadic storms. And if you can give me a wider shot, Taylor, I want to show both of these storms on radar here to kind of make it perfectly clear what we got. Let's go back to the reflectivity and kind of make it a little wider so we can see. All right, great, thank you. So this is the tornadic circulation near downtown Clanton. That's the one that's coming up on Maplesville. And you see that wall cloud from Evan and Brian. They're in this storm, and the sky cam, of course, is looking at this storm. So far, this came through downtown Clanton with no wall cloud, no tornado, which is great news. Tornado warning polygon here, but the second one looks pretty intense. And so, Evan and Brian, let me go back to you. We're going to stay in this triple box for a minute. And again, Evan and Brian, y'all kind of describe to me what you got going on down here. And again, you're at 82 and 22, right? US 82, Alabama 22.
Correct. We're not but probably 150 yards from that overpass that is right outside of Maplesville. And what Brian was just pointing out is you could actually see the inflow, these clouds pulling in this air out ahead of this wall cloud as it gets closer and closer to us. There's a distinct change. We went from a bit breezy, a lot of lightning, some heavy rain. We had some hail there briefly mixed in, and then it has just gotten completely quiet. There does appear to be a little bit of a broad rotation, so if you see it from more of a distance, I don't know how well this shot does, but this whole lowering of these clouds is all slowly rotating in one broad form. And so, I mean, this is certainly a sight to see here. I think the rain's about to pick back up, but maybe you can see now that Brian's got it angled that way. You can almost see that inflow going into the front of that storm. Incredible, and also very bizarre with how quiet it is there. Brian is working the camera. Brian, you notice anything of note?
Well, we've definitely got good inflow into this updraft, and definitely some rotation is visible in the lower clouds. It's not fast rotation, very slow rotation, but definitely some rotation, which is indicative from radar of what's above.
Okay, and fellas, we're going to move
you may
up
have
to
just
Blount
seen that
County
lightning
for
strike.
just a second here. We've got multiple warnings, and I want to go back to Blount County. We're going to leave the two Chilton County video streams, but Taylor, let's go back to our Blount County storm on radar. We've got pretty significant damage up in North Jefferson County, Mount Olive, areas in North Gardendale. Again, John Brown and John Oldshoe, they're thinking if they were doing the survey, it would be EF1 tornado damage up and through there. But again, this is the storm coming up into Blount County. Aniana is here, and again, you can see the circulation is near Locust Fork, moving northeast. And again, you've got Aniana. This is US 231 going over to Rosa and Cleveland. You've got Highway 75 coming out of Aniana going south down toward Allgood. That's the circulation. And again, this is going to be coming right up on Highway 278. So those of you in Cleveland, those of you in Easley, Rosa, Aniana, stay sheltered. You should have been sheltered about 25 minutes ago. And this storm did drop a tornado apparently in northern Jefferson County, producing some damage. We're going to show some of the images as soon as we can go to that. But again, the policy here, if we've got this life-threatening weather, we have to stay with that. So again, we've got this situation in Blount County, and you can see the two boxes on the side here. We've got a dangerous storm that is now northeast of Clanton and a dangerous storm near Maplesville. All right, so we've got everybody involved here. I hate to just have to cram it into these three boxes, but that's the best we can do right now. So a dangerous storm with a possible tornado northeast of Clanton. That's that lower box. We've got a dangerous storm near Maplesville. That's the upper box. And a dangerous storm that is coming up on Cleveland, Rosa, probably passing a little to the west of Aniana, but really not by far. The rotation is fairly broad, but there still could be a tornado in this storm right now. So again, Blount County, if you're in these places we called out, you want to be in a safe place. Now let's go back to Chilton County, and I want to go back to the reflectivity and show the two storms that are side by side. We've got one moving away from downtown Clanton and the one that's coming up toward Evan and Brian's spot. And Evan and Brian, let me toss it back to you. Again, you're looking back in this thing right now, and the structure on radar looks really good.
You can see right where they are. Right here, there's that little car I have drawn.
Okay. So Evan and Brian,
So you guys have a good beat on where we're at. I mean, we couldn't be closer or at a better vantage point, I don't think. We're seeing a lowering, obviously. A couple seconds ago, we saw what looked like a little bit of a funnel.
Yeah, go ahead, Evan. Go.
We saw a little bit of what appeared to be a narrow funnel right where this lowering is. We're getting some intermittent rainfall along with maybe some smaller hail, plenty of lightning. And once again, just very eerie how still the winds are. You can tell we're right below the circulation of this. And if there were to be a tornado to form, it would be literally right here where we're looking. Brian is holding on to that camera. It's also gotten a little bit warmer. It just almost feels ominous out there as we speak, but we are right beneath what you would see on your radar as this hook. I'm sure where Taylor has illustrated that, and a rain-free base to this this cell, this supercell, as it moves just to, I guess this would be just to the east of downtown Maplesville, because that's where we're positioned here between 82 as well as 22. But again, this has been quite a sight to see as these clouds have moved on in. Nothing has touched down to this point, though we have seen a couple very, very thin, almost wispy extensions at the base of this rotation to the ground, as well as a lot of lightning. And look, I mean, you can see this grass out in front of us. I mean, it's not moving at all. It is completely silent and quiet, but we're going to keep an eye on this as it moves forward again, because we are very, very near that center of circulation.
Okay, and let's go back to our triple box, and we're going to go to Lauren in the newsroom for just a second. We've heard of some reports of injuries now down in Chilton County, but again, you can see we've got one possible tornadic storm near Maplesville, right there at Evan and Brian's location. We don't see anything on their camera view right now. We're going to watch that like a hawk. And then we've got another one that's northeast of Clanton, and we now have a new tornado warning in effect for the northwestern part of Coosa County, for the extreme southern part of Shelby County. Understand now, if your weather radio is sounding in Shelby County, this is for a very, very, very small part of southern Shelby County, basically the town of Shelby down here toward Lay Lake. That's the concern. Lay Lake, extreme southern Shelby County. A tornado warning in effect for southern Talladega County. This includes Sylacauga and Childersburg and the northwestern corner of Coosa County. And again, that's for this lead storm that has moved away from Clanton. We watched that thing, Taylor, go go right over downtown Clanton. Never saw a wall cloud, never saw a tornado. But it could drop one. And on a day like today, the Weather Service believes the right thing to do is to post a tornado warning. So again, we have a tornado warning in effect now for northwestern Coosa, southern Talladega, and extreme southern Shelby County. So if you're around Lay Lake, places like Talladega Springs, Fayetteville, Sylacauga, Oak Grove, not the Oak Grove in Jefferson County, the one in Talladega County, Childersburg, you want to be sheltered right now. This is a tornado that's possibly coming out of Clanton, moving up into northwest Coosa, southern Talladega, and extreme southern Shelby. Please understand, even the town of Shelby is not in the warning. This is basically for Lay Lake, and that's about it. So if you've got a system that warns county-wide and you're in Shelby County and that thing's going off, it is only for those around Lay Lake, and that's it. And then across into Coosa and southern Talladega County. So that is the new tornado warning for the storm that came over downtown Clanton. Let's go back to the storm that is near Maplesville. If we can back it up a little bit to the southwest. And again, our guys are here, and you can see the WBMA car that's right here. The circulation has weakened a good bit in this storm. Let's look at the reflectivity. The structure still looks pretty good in the core of this. Again, you can see the pendant right here. But again, I don't think it's going to produce a tornado at the moment. It could, but this is coming right up toward Isabella. Of course, the main thing in Isabella is the school right here. And then from there, it's going to come on up toward Thorsby and maybe Jemison. So a pretty good chunk of Chilton County is under a tornado warning. That lead storm is going to be crossing over into Coosa and southern Shelby and southern Talladega counties. But this second one will be coming up toward Isabella, Thorsby, and Jemison. So if you called out your community, please be in a safe place. And real quick, Lauren Walsh, let's go back over to you. We've had some reports of injuries. Is that correct?
We know that the sheriff is on his way to check possible reports of injuries. James, I talked to Chilton County Sheriff John Sharon, who said that they're on their way to check out reports of damaged homes on County Roads 37 and 34. That's around the County Road 350 area. When I asked if there were people inside, if there were injuries, he said it was possible, and they're on their way right now to check. James.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Let's go back to Evan's shot. Take that full screen here for just a second again. Evan and Brian, you're in Maplesville. This thing came right over you, and it looks like no tornado, no wall cloud, right?
No tornado. We did see a bit of a lowering there for a minute. A lot of lightning, some brief hail, and now we are watching this as it moves away off to the east here. We're pulled over on a little county road. Really the only ones here on the road, but very, very cool to see. And there certainly was some rotation, but as you may have mentioned there in the studio, that rotation was a little bit above the surface. And so while we saw that cloud rotating, it never did produce a funnel cloud or anything. And now we are watching this move off in the northeasterly direction away from Maplesville. It looks like still in Chilton County, but here where we're at, everything's okay. There's been no damage that we can tell. Now what we're probably going to do here after this moves on is head maybe a little further down this road and see if there was anywhere that got some winds, because we were slightly away from the center, a little displaced by probably about a mile from right where it passed over. So we'll be checking to see if there is any damage or any wind reports here right down this road. But again, we've been live here and watching this unfold has been incredible. The clouds changed color for a little bit. You hear that sign, like that ominous when they turn like a bluish green. And like I said, we had a little bit of hail here, but overall faring okay in Maplesville. And we'll keep you guys updated. Might go down the road here and kind of check things out as this continues to move off to the east.
Okay, thanks, Evan. So again, we've got multiple tornado warning polygons in effect. Evan is on this storm that is coming up toward Isabella. The rotation is really not that strong right now. And again, we've got the crew there. They saw no tornado, no wall cloud, but still a tornado warning for parts of Chilton County. This includes Isabella, Jemison, Thorsby for areas north and west of Clanton. The new tornado warning is for the storm that came right on top of downtown Clanton. It did not produce a tornado. That's going to be moving up here toward Lay Lake, southern Talladega County, the northwestern part of Coosa County. Let's go back to Blount County and we'll take a look at that situation. We've got multiple tornado warnings today, so please be patient with us. We have to work many storms at a time. And again, you can see that we've still got evidence of storm circulation really right around Cleveland, Rosa, the community of Easley. That's going to be crossing to the northern part of Blount County, and this is the new warning that's just been issued for northern Blount. And this is until, let's see, 6:30 this evening. So this will include Susan Moore and Sneed, areas up to U.S. Highway 278, areas up to the Blount County line. So again, possible tornado near the community of Rosa and Easley between Aniana and Cleveland, and that's going to be moving right up into the northern part of Blount County. So again, Susan Moore and Sneed, everybody along U.S. Highway 278. Blountsville, you're really close to being out of the polygon. You're technically in, but again, I think the tornado here, if we've got one down, is going to be passing east of Blountsville. So again, Sneed, Susan Moore, be sheltered right now. The new tornado warning in effect until 6:30 this evening, and again, this is for the northern part of Blount County. So Blount County, we've got a possible tornado near Rosa along US 231 between Aniana and Cleveland, moving northeast up in the direction of Susan Moore and Sneed. So if you're anywhere in this new polygon up in here, you need to be in a safe place right away. Give us about 5 minutes. We can give an all clear to Aniana and Cleveland. All right, give us about 5 minutes, but again, that storm is basically kind of shooting the gap right between those two communities. Aniana here, Cleveland here. That's US 231 right through here. That's Alabama Highway 75 coming north out of Aniana. But again, this will include Susan Moore and Sneed. So that's our new warning for northern Blount County. Let's do a quick reset if we can. I want to show kind of a big view, Taylor, if we can do that. I want to show reflectivity with a large view for those of you just joining us. Again, it's 5:50. We apologize. Typically, you'd be watching the news. Today, it's all about weather. This is the Blount County tornado warning here. These are the tornado warnings for Chilton and parts of southern Talladega, northwestern Coosa, and far, far southern Shelby County around Lay Lake. We've got rain falling in places like Jasper, Haleyville, Winfield, but so far nothing severe at this point. That could change later tonight. And also another rotating storm. Let's go back to the southwest a little bit, Taylor. This is one that looks like it's down in southeast Marengo County. And even other ones farther to the southwest than that. But again, we've got the possibility of a tornado coming up through Uniontown and southern Marion County. But again, look at Chilton County here. We've got multiple tornado warning polygons. We have two circulations here. And again, let's take a look at these. We've got one that came through Maplesville. We have two meteorologists that watched it. You watched it live with us together. There was no wall cloud, there was no tornado, but that circulation, the broad circulation, is near Isabella.